Thinking about using box dye? Don't do it. If you're new to my channel, I'm Mike. I'm a hairdresser, a L'Oreal colour specialist, a makeup fan and a skincare lover. In today's film, I'm going to be showing you the difference between a box dye and a professional dye. What makes professional colouring so exclusive and why are box dyes so bad for your hair? So if you want to find out more about this and not ruin your hair with box dye, then keep on watching. While we're all sitting in the isolations, a lot of you probably reached for the box dye, or a lot of you are probably thinking about reaching out for box dyes. When I hear the name box dye, it breaks my heart. It's one of those things that you should never do it. But why? What is so bad about them? In today's film, I'm going to be comparing Majorelle Professional with L'Oreal Excellence Cream. Both carry the name L'Oreal, but one of them is a box dye and one of them is a professional colour. Well, let me start off by saying this. L'Oreal Professional and L'Oreal Paris, as we can see here, Paris, they're not the same company. They're both owned by L'Oreal, but so are many different companies. Lancome is owned by L'Oreal, but it's not the same product. So don't be thinking that just because something is L'Oreal Paris is the same as Professional. This is Professional exclusive brand. So let's talk about this little devil that I'm holding in my hand. So what are actually box dye? Box dyes are colours to do at home. So you buy it in the supermarket for about 10 quid, you go home, you apply it and then you cry. You come into me and you're like, oh, I've done this with my hair. I don't know why I did it. My hair is black. So what is so bad about this? Now, first of all, it is ammonia based product, and I mean ammonia is now bad because most of the popular hair colorants in the salon have ammonia, but all those colours have a lot more stronger concentration of ammonia. So it is a lot more damaging. Professional colour like Majorelle have very little ammonia, so those colours have a lot ammonia. With box dyes you get unpredicted result. So you see this lady over here and you think you're gonna have hair like her. No, you will not. Because when you go into a hair salon and you show someone a picture, the colour is personalised to your hair needs. Every hair will need different hair colour, different mixtures, different oxidants. Professional hair colour Majorelle carries 8 different families within its range for different coverages, different results, etc. In here we just have one brand that's meant to do everything. There's different techniques of application, different mixtures of application when it comes to professional colouring, and the application is really the key as well. With box dyes, one shoe fits all. So this colour is meant to colour your hair whether it's grey, whether it has some greys, whether it has little greys, whether you're darkening your hair and you have greys, whether you want to lighten your hair and cover greys. It's meant to do everything, whether your hair is fine, frizzy, porous, sensitized. This is box for everyone. So it has to be a lot stronger to deal with everything, but results are very unpredictable. What worries me really about box dye is this little thing. So when we look at it, it's gonna darken your hair color, it's gonna stay on the same depth, and it's also gonna lighten your hair color. So for me that's a warning, because I'm thinking it's like, what oxidant is in it? What's in it that's gonna give you all those 3 results? As a professional, when you have to lighten your hair color, depending on your natural color, you have to use a different color. Let's put it this way. If I was gonna put this color on 3 different clients, doing 3 different techniques, whether it's lightening, darkening or staying on the same depth. If I just use this, I would give completely different results on everyone. Why? Because your natural distribution of pigment will affect the final result. So hairdressers use colour as a technical tool. We use different shades and products to get the desired result. So if I had even 10 ladies and put this colour on everyone, you're not going to get the same result. So with this, especially when I don't know what's inside, you will never get the exact result. So not only we have a very high concentration of ammonia, we just don't know what we're gonna get. Now, let's talk about different technologies. So I tried to research as much as I could about box dye, but there isn't much information online. It just said, oh, it's amazing your hair be strong and shiny. I don't believe that a second. So the technology found in this color is Pro Keratin for shine and strong hair. In Majorelle Professional, we find Ionin G Incel that strengthens and reinforces the hair by reaching to the surface, cortex and cuticle of the hair. So we have strengthen and reinforcement throughout the whole hair fiber. So to me, this color is going to be a lot more safer than this. Plus, you don't really know how to apply color. A professional color is very much a bespoke service. Like that, within Majorel we have 4 different strengths of oxidant that we mix our professional color with to get the desired shade. And what worries me about box dye is that we don't know what oxidant is found in the box. So me as a professional, I could not actually tell you whether it's going to lift your hair, deposit, how many levels of lift you can achieve. And like that, it says it's going to give you great coverage, but does it? Like, I don't know, because I don't know how that formulation works and what oxidant is in it. Also with professional color, it's very much a bespoke service. Are you ever in a hair salon and you get your root color, then you get your color put to the ends, you get a gloss, you get a toner. All those colors are different. It's not like you get one tube, you mix it up and they just lash it on your head. That just doesn't happen. There's different technologies and different colors that are used on your head. So it is very much a personal result. And a hairdresser knows how to work with that color, how to control the color. We know if we need to darken the hair, what do we need to do? So when I'm looking at this, what really worries me is that this hair looks really, really blonde. And it's gonna darken the hair a good bit. If I was a professional and I was darkening the hair color, there's a specific mixture of color that you have to mix to get the great result of darkening, and it's called the darkening technique. But this box apparently is going to do it for you. So like that, I'm really worried what's in it. So it is very, very strong, and it is going to be drier on your hair. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to compare all those colors, not on my head. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mix them side by side, and we're going to compare them and we're going to look at them. But first of all, let's see what's inside the box dye. So like that, we have leaflet. No one probably ever reads it. No one skin tests themselves. So yeah, high allergy. It was lovely to meet you. We have an oxidant. I think that's oxidant. Yeah, it says developer 1B. And like that, I tried to find the strength of the oxidant and it's just not giving me anything. And as a professional, if I don't know the strength of the oxidant, I'm sorry. So we get the actual color. In this we find 48 mils of color and the mixture is 1 to 1.5. So it is the same as your Majorel, so yeah. And then we get a light nourishing mask. And what's this? And we get a shampoo. Right, when it comes to Majorel, we get a tube of Majorel. It comes with your instructions. It is a tube of 50 ml of color. Now, when I feel them, this is a lot more softer. This is a lot more thicker. So they are different. They are different in consistency. And when it comes to oxidant, we use a L'Oreal oxidant. And like that, we have so many of them depending on the result. In a hair salon, you don't get everything in one box. Everything is mixed, especially for your hair. So that's why you get your lovely results. So like that. Let me put on some gloves, let me put on an apron, and we're going to mix the color side by side. Okay, so like that, this is a new setup for me for filming. So we can see we have a bowl and we have the L'Oreal Excellence Cream 6.3 and we have the developer. So the way they tell you to mix it is to put this into that and mix it. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let me just mix all of that together. I'm going to leave a tiny bit of it here just so we can compare the consistency between professional color and this color, and the rest we're going to pour it all in. And we're going to shake that all up. So yeah, that's our color mixed. So this is the home dye mixture. Now let's mix the professional color. So like a real hairdresser, I'm going to be using scale and I'm going to be mixing everything correctly. So I'm going to take my Majorel Professional and I'm going to mix it with 20 volume oxidant. I'm not going to mix the whole tube, I'm just going to mix about 15 mils, I think that should be enough. Spot on, 15 mils. And then just oxidant. And I'm going to mix approximately 22.5 mils of this. And I'm going to mix it like a professional. This is my Majorel Professional after mixing. So like that, we said we're going to compare the two products together. So I'm just going to put a bit of Majorel Professional next to it. And by the look at the first eye, they don't look much difference. They're both the same, they're very the same in color. But in texture, this one is a lot more softer when this one is a lot more thicker. So there's a slight difference in texture. The Professional is definitely a lot more denser when this one is a lot more softer. So let's compare them now side by side when they're mixed. So like that, we have my Professional color over here. And I'm just going to pour my box dye into this tube. Okay, so there's definitely much of a difference when it comes to texture. The Professional color is a lot more denser, is a lot more thicker, when this color is a lot more watery. Like, can you all see this? Like, if I shake the two of them together, this one is definitely a lot more watery, when this one is a lot more thicker. There's slight difference in color as well. They're both L'Oreal colors. One is Paris and one is Professional. But like that, this one is a lot more watery, when this one is a lot more thicker and denser. So like that, I thought that was very interesting to look at the two of them together. So let's have a look at it again. So this is my home box dye. And like that, see how watery it is? Like when I lift it, it's nearly going to pour out. When this color is a lot more denser. So let's smell them. So yeah, I'm very used to the smell of Majorel. Like I smell it every single day. Like I'm used to it. So I know the smell of it. And I'm going to smell the L'Oreal Paris one now. And the smell is a lot more different. So they do vary in smell. So that tells me that the products are not the same. There's different smell of them. So like that, you guys, box dyes are box dyes. This dirt, I don't want it. I don't want to see it. Like that, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth all the money you'll have to pay? Like we see all those celebrities doing their own hair at home. Like all those celebrity hairdressers, do you think they get a box and put it into celebrities' hair? They do not. They literally get paid for it. So yeah, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Do we know the results that we're gonna get? 9 out of 10 people never get the desired hair color out of a box. So there has to be a reason for it. They're a lot more stronger, they're a lot more concentrated, they do contain a lot more chemical that will harm and damage your hair. Anyways guys, thank you for watching yet another spicy film. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope it gave you a bit more insight about box dye and a Professional dye. And never forget that the hair color that your hairdresser does for you is a lot more bespoke. It is personalized. And the application of that color is personalized and it is right for your hair. Anyways guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're not going to ruin your hair using a box dye. And of course, take care. Bye.